Well, there we go. Well, here you go. Hey, everybody. Matt Scalogli here with SRP Medical Marketing and the Warner James Group. And I'm coming to you from one of our conference rooms because I'm really excited today. I have one of our clients coming in for doing something that we just love to do, and that is to build out a plan for the next really 3 to 5 years. We call it our blueprint process or blueprint day. And one of the big things that I see as a big mistake is that a lot of practices just don't have a real clear plan other than trying to survive every 2-week period to make payroll. So what we do is that we have people come in and we actually build out an entire plan for them. And I'm going to show that to you here. So you'll see here, this is, let me back up a little bit. So this is real high tech around here. By the way, I like things that are very, very simple. And I like businesses that are very simple, and I like plans that are very simple. So, these are just big Post-it notes that you stick on the wall. This is one of my favorite planning tools. I used to think, I've got to get a big whiteboard. And these are really cool because you can stick them and move them around. So anyway, what we do is that there was a questionnaire that the client filled out. Every team member that's coming, we had them fill out that questionnaire. And then what we do is we start just going right here. What's the purpose of the business? What are the core values of the business? This is a very important thing because, by the way, this is how you make decisions as to what businesses you're going to take on, what new lines of business you're going to take on, the type of people that you hire. Most people bypass the values. This is not, by the way, a mission statement. Nor is purpose a mission statement. I don't believe the mission statement thing. I'll talk about that at some other time. And then brand promise. This is the most important of them all because most businesses, not just medical practices, they don't really have a promise, a really clear stated promise. Your client has to know why they should care about you, okay? This is so important. I can't tell you the number of sites that I've been to or medical practices that I go to that you can't tell within 15 seconds what that promise is to the customer. So when we owned the erectile dysfunction clinics, it was really simple. Come into the clinic one time, meet with the doctor, get a test dose. If you don't see results in the office, within 12 minutes, you owe us nothing. That's our guarantee to you. That was our guarantee, our risk reversal, brand promise. And as we used to tell our patients, we're not in the erection business. We're not in the sex business. We're in the orgasm business. And quite frankly, we're not really concerned about the guy having the orgasm. We want your partner to have an orgasm. And that's our promise, okay? Some of you might be offended by that. If you are, I'm sorry. But that's the brand promise. Like what's the promise to the client, to the patient? And then what's your big, hairy, audacious goal? Most people kind of have a big, hairy, audacious goal. But this has got to be really specific. I want to have 15 clinics, 5 clinics. I want to be doing $10 million in 5 years. I want to have a liquidity event in 15 years. I have a friend of mine, and he has, 25 med spas had them, and he sold them off to a venture capital group and had a very nice payday. That was his big, hairy, audacious goal. Okay, so then the second component of this is that we're going to build out what are the numbers going to look like 3 to 5 years from now. If you're just starting out, I want you to focus just on 3. If you're a little bit more mature, we're going to focus on 5. What are the 1-year numbers going to look like? And then what's the quarter? And most people are focused just on the week. I want you focused on the quarter because you're going to have ups and downs, right? You're going to have good weeks and bad weeks, right? And if you just go week to week, you're going to be too emotional, and we don't want you to be too emotional. And then the critical priorities. Again, big mistake that I see people make is they have 1,000 priorities. I want you focusing on 1 or 2 big rocks for the quarter and only focusing on those until you get those done, and then you can replace them with something else. If you have, frankly, more than 3 major priorities for you, you're in big trouble, okay? So let's focus in on 1 or 2 of these, and your teammates can have 1 or 2, right? You can have, Susie who works the front desk or your RN or LPN or whatever. You want them to have their own priorities, and you need to have your own priorities because each one of you are going to be responsible for a particular segment, but they've all got to mesh together, okay? They've all got to kind of mesh together. I don't know if that's really meshing, but that's what it looks like. And then your key performance indicators. This allows you, where'd you go? Let's try this. There we go. Key performance indicators. How are you going to measure success? This allows you to be able to, think of this as the dashboard on your car. My longtime mentor, Rob Berkeley, used to tell me, think of that as a dashboard on your car. And you can look down while you're driving. Like when I was driving into the office this morning, I looked down, I could see my speed, what my gasoline is, my car's overheating. But if that little red light comes on, there's something wrong and I need to jump right on that and fix it. And so that's what a key performance indicator is. Okay, a KPI is exactly that. And, it might be like I'm working with a startup right now and their key performance indicator, while they want to do $10,000 a week as a startup, $40,000 a month, their key performance indicator, which is more important, by the way, is how many new appointments are they booking a week? Because I can't make the 10K a week unless I have at least 15 appointments a week, right? And then what's the conversion rate, right? How many of those 15 new appointments show, or how many of those 15 new appointments buy or convert? Those are key performance indicators. It's not a revenue number, okay? Think of it as airspeed. Think of it as altitude. Think of it as ground speed. For you to get to your destination on time in a car, let's say you're driving from Charlotte to Washington, D.C., it's going to take so many hours, and you're going to need to be able to go so many miles per hour. So if you can average that many miles per hour, you're going to be able to get there. So the KPI would be the average miles per hour, okay? All right, so this is what we do. And this is really, frankly, a lot of fun for me. There's a lot of other stuff that goes into it. There's quite a bit of prep time. I've done this for practices that are just starting out. I've done this with practices that are mature. And this is, frankly, something that we do in our businesses every single quarter. I just got done doing it with my partner, Kurt, and our other company, the Warner James Group. And frankly, when it came time for us to discuss whether or not we were going to take on a client, we went back to this and we realized, it doesn't really fit with our core values and our mission. So we're probably not going to bring that client on. But, so there you go. That's what we do. You have a great day, folks. I'll report back maybe at the end of the day, give you a little bit of update, but I am going to keep everything confidential that I work with my clients. If you ever work with me, you just have to realize I never share your information. I've been doing this a long time, so I'm not going to be broadcasting or anything like that. Everything that I do with my clients is highly, highly confidential, and it's about you. So have a great day. See you, everybody.